I once spoke to a leader who was telling me that life is not so simple to be a leader. Actually, leadership is quite often an exercise in facing reality, and he couldn't face his. He had dealt with someone who was very unethical and dishonest, and he couldn't understand that. Well, try to explain to him that dishonest people are just that. They are dishonest and they lack integrity. That's who they are. That's why. That's how they live. This is what they do. That's who it is that they want to be. But there's a concept called the 80-20 rule. And that's the part that I like to speak about here. And that is to learn to spend 80% of your time as a leader with the 20% of the people who deserve it. A leader has to know that difference. And why is that? Because in trying to figure out the things the way they are, sometimes we don't have an answer. Let's say, for instance, the laws of nature. You might say, why does fall occur after spring or summer? That should not be a question. That's just the laws of nature. Why does summer come after spring? It's just the way things are. You don't question that. You just accept it. And what you do is you learn to work with the things the way they are. You don't make that difference. The task of a leadership, however, is learning to spend 80% of your time with the 20% of those who are doing 80% of the work. A leader needs to recognize that. Once you realize that, you can spend individual time with the 20% and group time with the 80%. For this, two key components: strategy and diplomacy. Strategy means to basically understand what you have to do. Diplomacy is how you apply what you know. By doing this, you become a different person and a great leader. You can't be fooled by the things that happen around you and be disappointed at some of life's truths. If a person is not telling the truth, they're called a liar. It's as simple as that. Now, you may try to influence them, but that's who they are. And the way the system works is that at times we can't focus on those things that are not as relevant to us. What we have to focus on is the 80% versus the 20%. And that's why you learn to spend 80% of your time as a leader with 20% of the people who deserve it. Once you learn this rule and you apply it, not only do you become a good leader, but you make the best of your time, of your day, and of every moment of your life. And that's very important.
If you like what you've heard, please let us know by leaving a comment below. We would really appreciate if you would be kind enough to like, share, and even subscribe. Feel free to follow us on Facebook.